Hey, how's it going? Hope y'all are having an excellent day. This is Tex with Tex Talks. Today's topic is going to be understanding a little bit about the difference between a symptom and a trait or characteristic. And you go, why is that important? So this is basic personality disorder understanding versus what used to be the old axis 1 versus axis 2 argument. And for those that are therapists that have been around for a while or may have heard, or those that are in training will hear about, they used to have these different axes in a DSM and things that fell under 1 versus 2. And 1 was basic illnesses like depression, anxiety, OCD, things like that. And then on the flip side, there were things that were the personality disorders. All personality disorders got put over into this group. And one of the best understandings I've ever gotten from it come from a guy named Dr. Gregory Lester. He explained it in such a way that to me sticks and resonates very well, that symptoms are what you get when you have an illness, and that would be things like depression. When you get pure depression, that is its own cause. In other words, things have happened. Maybe it's the chemical depression that we've talked about before. That's something that's biologically set in you. Maybe you're genetically preset for it. It may happen because you've had something happen to your thyroid. You may have hormone shifts. It's something that may happen because of pregnancy, where you have, again, hormone shifts. You have depression. You get it. You catch it, if you will, like catching an illness. And in that time, you have symptoms that are common for depression. You may feel down, sad, lethargic, have no motivation, don't want to do anything. And it'll last for a certain amount of time, depending on whether or not you're taking meds for it, depending on you personally, your system, how strong you can, handle these things and deal with them. And also what you're willing to do to help get through it or past it. In other words, are you able to push through and do certain things that will help you feel better sooner? No different than having a cold. Traits, though, are different. A trait is when you have certain things, and to me, the argument is genetic. It's genetic, but it's neurophysiological. But the thing is, it's your personality. It's built into you to do certain behaviors. How will you know the difference? When you see that, it's a person who's not had depression, has these symptoms, probably will be able to look at you and say, I feel down, I feel sad. And they give you the list of things that they're not doing, can't do, or don't want to do because of these feelings, and that they want to get better. And you give them a list of things to do, or you offer them medication for those that have it more severe. They take the medication, they do the things that you suggested for homework, and usually you will start to see a change. And that change is usually towards the better. There are people who will come up and will tell you, I'm feeling wrong. What do you mean wrong? Well, I don't feel right. Okay. And I want to feel better. Okay. Now make it happen. And they expect you, like a doctor, to give them a pill and send them out, or to prescribe something for them, or something along those lines and make a changes. And it doesn't work that way. Then you know you have a personality trait. Why is that important? Personality disorder, in other words, a disorder of the person, is a way of being that causes significant distress for you and or people around you. Your illness causes you significant distress because of the symptoms. And a personality disorder, the actual trait is what's causing it. What do I mean by a trait? For those of you who haven't, really delved into it too deep, it's a characteristic way of being that you have done. It's habitual. It's the way you do things or react to things. My own personal way of explaining it and understanding it is I came about it a long time ago watching a little toy robot. And for those of you that can remember the old ones, there used to be these little toy robots or cars. And the way the car was designed is that it would go forward, no tracks needed. And when it would hit the wall, it would stop, detect it hit the wall. And when it would go to back up, there was a little piece in back of it that would shift. So that what would happen is when it hit the wall, it would come back and that piece would shift and it would turn to a different direction, then go forward again. So it's doing one of those what they call 3-point turns for those that have learned, you're backing up, turn your wheel, angle your car different, and then go forward. So it would hit that wall, come back, and as it came back, it would turn and go forward. And if it hit the wall again, it would turn some more, and it would keep doing that until it found a way around this wall. In other words, it would hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, and go. When you have a plethora...
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas?
A what?
A plethora.
Oh, yes. You have a plethora.
Jefe, what is a plethora?
Why, guapo?
Well, you told me I have a plethora. And I just would like to know if you know what a plethora is. I would not like to think that a person would tell someone he has a plethora and find out that that person has no idea what it means to have a plethora.
Love that word. Thank you, Three Amigos, for those who catch that. You have this selection of choices, and your selection of choices means that maybe even you see the wall and you go, yeah, running into it straight ain't going to work. Maybe I need to go around it. Maybe I just need to turn around and go the way I came. You have options. No different than when you have options with people. You see someone at the cash register who's in a bad mood, and you have to go check out. And you could be in a bad mood too and grumble and holler at them, and y'all can grumble at each other. Or you can make a choice and go, that person's probably had a rough day. I feel for them. I'm going to be nice. Or you could just go there and be nothing at all. Just go, you know what? Their mood's not my problem, but neither am I going to create more problems for them. I'm just going to check out and leave it be. You have these options of how you're going to handle things. If it's a trait issue and you have one trait, that one trait is to charge full steam ahead. So you are literally that toy car with a broke back wheel, so that every time you back up, you just ram the same spot over and over again, like you're going to break through that wall. And well, maybe I need to do it faster. Maybe I need to do it more power. Maybe I need to think about it for a second. And then just do it again. If I do it enough times, I will go through. And you can see the futility of that. The old joke about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting it to change. Well, in this case, it really does fit. Somebody with that trait to handle things one way will handle them one way. If anger works, then it should work every time and always. And if I keep getting angry enough, sooner or later it will work. Maybe I need to get more angry or louder angry or more physically aggressive angry. But sooner or later, my anger is going to push through. And we don't understand it when it doesn't work because we have that one trait and we don't know what else to do. We haven't learned other options. So this is where you have to be able to go, obviously my wheel's broken because I keep doing the same thing. That is difficult for somebody with a personality disorder because it's difficult for almost anyone to self-reflect unless you take the time to do it. In other words, asking yourself, how did I get in this situation and what's going on? What are the other options? Not do I just not think the other options won't work, but have I actually applied them and seen what happened? Because here we go, the difference between someone with an illness of depression and someone with a personality disorder. The person who has, the illness of depression will sit there and go, oh, well, maybe I need meds, or maybe I really should get up and take this bath and go out for a walk. Maybe I should call some friends. Maybe I should read. Maybe I should journal. And they start choosing things to do. versus someone who has this problem as a trait just says, ow, this hurts. Ow, this hurts. Ow, this hurts. Ow, this hurts. Why aren't any of y'all doing something about it? And you notice there's even a significant sort of belief that all of the causes must be external. Because the person with the one trait cannot conceive of the idea that maybe the one trait just isn't working. I need to try different traits because maybe they don't even have other options on their plate. And as a therapist, that's where you work with them and start going, well, okay, and what are those other things you can do? And what is happening here? And what's another way of doing that? And okay, so maybe we shouldn't do it this way. Maybe we should do it another way. And taking responsibility, going, okay, if it's not working, it's my responsibility to try a different method. That failed. Find another one. Find a different way of doing it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with someone saying, well, maybe I didn't do this fast enough, hard enough, long enough. Okay. At some point, though, you have to go, this ain't working. And I need to switch. And that's where you can see the significant difference between someone with the illness and the symptoms and someone with traits that get them into trouble. Because they have that one trait. And if you're going, well, why can't they see that? It's so obvious to me. That's in my next video. Hope y'all have a good day. And I hope that kind of explains or gets you started on the idea of looking up and understanding the difference between those illnesses and a collection of traits that's causing you problems. All right. Y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.